despite my expectations, despite my idea of the timing, God, I trust you. And so throughout your plans, I'm telling you, when you release the idea that things have to be done a certain way at a certain time, there's a bit more peace that you give to your journey, you give to your story that you need in order to get there, if that makes sense. People, it is Shabria Monae, but you guys can call me Bria. I am here starting a YouTube. It's kind of crazy, but I have to be obedient, and this is what I'm going to do. So, if you're here, thank you, and thank God, because I'm really here just to inspire you guys to really dig within yourself, and look for qualities of yourself that you already have, and honestly, just not quit. So the first video is really going to be me inspiring you to understand that you have a purpose in this life, and that's okay. So, if you are wanting to get a little bit more insight on who you are and who God has made you to be, just keep watching. So let's see. Oh, okay. Something very important. The whole basis of this is I have just been recently admitted into veterinary school. And I promise you, it's true. Stethoscope and everything. They gave it to us for free. They added it to my tuition. But this is going to be the basis of these conversations. So it's about vet school, but it really can be applied to any part of your life. And yes, but yeah, this video is for anybody who is insecure about themselves, especially academically, or in general, insecure about kind of your purpose on this in this world, in this life. This video is for people who are working jobs that there seems like there's no means to an end. You have gifts and you have inspirations and you have all these things and you're working another job and the academics aren't kicking off, and I don't know if people have children or whatnot, but everything's just frazzled. Like everything's frazzled, and the job is not making it better. You're basing kind of your self-worth on an occupation. Um, this is for people who are unsure about their life, and kind of on the brink of like saying, God, I'm done. I'm done. Uh, what else? I'm trying to think of all the feelings I've had. People who are probably overeating, or eating their feelings, or being angry at people that have nothing to really do with your issue, but it's an internal issue, and you're kind of projecting. This video is for all those things and then some. So I just got a few points. I'm no pastor or anything. But when I talk about God, I am talking about, the God of the three in one, Jesus Christ, Holy Spirit, God. So whenever I'm saying like he or him or that guy, that's where I'm referring to. But whoever you believe in does not matter. Whoever you believe in, you gotta understand, like, yeah, for me, I have to believe in something, and I'm here because what I believed in has worked. So, not to ramble, but I'm new to this, so we talked about this, y'all. Point one is very important. You don't have to be sure. That is a big component. Now, I don't know if you guys are like me, but I am a planner. And forgive the music, I gotta find a new space, but I'm a planner. When I wake up, I'm like, this is what I'm gonna do from this time to this time to this time. I put in time for space to relax, to eat, to talk on the phone. I'm a big planner, and this journey has taught me that throw that out. It's no point, just throw it out. God's plan is God's plan. So, you don't have to be sure. Like I said, I am a planner. I am a big planner. I'm still a big planner. And I guess I'll kind of pivot a little bit. God's plan is so much better for your mental, for your longevity, for you being able to sustain what you asked him for. You don't want to like ask God for something and then he doesn't give it to you and you're like, okay, well, God doesn't exist or God isn't this, God isn't that. For me, I am a firm believer that if I would have gotten to vet school earlier, I don't think I would have made it out. And take that with what you will, but it's a very rigorous course. I haven't even started it, and it seems rigorous. Everyone's like pairing, but I am so grateful for the rejections, for the timing of it all. It has given me perspective. It's giving me, I feel like everything I need to sustain it where I am right now. And yeah, so understand that it may be inconvenient, but it's perfect in an imperfect type of way. Imperfect for us, perfect for him. So what was I saying? Okay, a couple points, and I'm gonna try to make this brief, but they're important. One, the plan. I'm a big planner. I'm a very big planner. I go from this is what I want to do from 7 to 8:30, from 9 to I plan. I plan in relaxation and I plan in hard work. I planned this, right? Um, when it came to getting to vet school, I planned. My parents, my mom will always say, okay, you girls will get done with school by this age, and then you'll be in, you'll be out of veterinary school by this age. So, I think we were predicting getting out of school by like 21, 19, 20, 21, 22. I was 17. So when I graduated high school, so when the plan got a little wonky, a little delayed, it was like, God, what? And I want to tell you, if you're in a space and this video found you, throw out your plans. That was such a pivotal part in my journey of releasing my expectations. And that's just part of my mantra. I say, like, despite my expectations, despite my idea of the timing, God, I trust you. And so throughout your plans, I'm telling you, when you release the idea that things have to be done a certain way at a certain time, there's a bit more peace that you give to your journey, you give to your story that you need in order to get there, if that makes sense. I was stressed. I don't know if I said it, but I have been rejected from at least 20 schools over a span of 5 years. I graduated high school at 17. I did it in 3 years. I was smart enough for me not to think that I had any academic disabilities or challenges. I got into school at George Mason and it wrote me a new one. Like, I truly thought that I was like struggling, all nighters, exam anxiety. I didn't go out. Oh my God. If y'all knew any of my friends, if my friends are watching this, one, thank you. But if y'all talk to anyone who has known me in undergraduate, especially my sophomore year, all I did was study. That's all I did. I didn't party. I studied, I work. I studied, I work. I studied, I work. Not healthy. Again, another video for another time. But I it was tough. And then I got out of school and looked at my grades and was like, this is not gonna cut it. But let me try, because I've been trying to be a veterinarian for so long. And I applied in 2019, rejected. 2020, rejected. 2021, reject. I mean, and the amount of insecurities I gained, the amount of shame, the amount of over humility that I experienced, and I'm still working to undo these things, was detrimental, especially to my mental health. The plans, throughout your plans, like I think the fourth or third year that I applied to vet school, I just told myself, I don't hands up, God, you got it. Like, forget about it. Like, you obviously got a different plan. I'm already 3 years in and no vet school. And so I'm saying throw out your plans because you're probably at this video or you found this video or God was like, this one need the video. Um, because you're planning too much details and it's just not gonna cut it. Look at where you are right now and tell me, has the plan worked? Has it gone according to plan? Now, if it hasn't gone according to plan, this part of the video is just not for you. And that's a blessing that you are in alignment and you are good with that. But a lot of us, that wasn't the case. For me, that wasn't the case. I was like, um, it was not the case. And I'm talking jobs on jobs. I'm talking doing the networking. I worked at Hooters, I worked Amazon Flex and doing packaging. And when I say I had to throw out my plans and take it day by day, that is what sustained me talking to God and being honest about where I am and really releasing my expectations for timing of getting into school. And honestly, it wouldn't have been good if I got into school early anyway. I think my third point, or second to third point, is watch what you're saying to yourself. Quit talking to yourself like that. Don't talk about yourself like that. You're already dealing with so much, right? You're already crying, overworking, overeating, stressing, uh frazzled. Why do you want to be your own extra enemy? Like, there's so many circumstances that are probably occurring in your life that you have no control over. None. Why be another person, another issue that you're already dealing with? And I really had to get into be intentional about that. I'm still being intentional about that. But it was a thing where it was like, it's me and it's God. And I'm not saying I didn't have help. Um, People are going to both make and break this journey of yours. But again, another video for another time. You have to sit with you, no matter the people that help you or the people who finance or all this stuff. You have to do that work, and you gotta be mindful of how you talking to yourself, girl. How you talking to yourself, man. Like, I'm telling you. So, some days my friends will correct me and be like, "Just take the compliment, Bria." I'm like, "Okay, I will." So I'm trying to say, I get it. It's hard. I'm just saying, start creating a habit of checking yourself when you are kind of rowdy with yourself, if that makes sense. Let me see, because I'm looking on my notepad because I really don't want to miss anything. Um, but oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. Um, what really started transforming, sorry guys, what really transformed my journey into believing that whatever God had for me is what He has for me was a mantra. I have a mantra. I can't say I say every morning, but I in that moment I did, and I took a deep breath and I said, "Thank you, God, for waking me up." I said, "My entire life will not be like this. I refuse to quit. I will have money. I will not have to keep taking out loans. I am successful. I am happy. I am rewarded. I will love myself." And things like that. Like, I said that every morning. And there were several weeks, months where none of those words like reflected my circumstances, but internally I was changing. And so when I say watch what you say to you, I mean that. Like, you are a gem, you are a jewel, you are hot shit. Like, you are. And when I was doing Hooters and when I was coming home after a late night and thinking like, man, all of this because of a car accident, trying to compensate for money and the outfits, and then getting up in the morning and going to the vet technician job, and oh God, I'm telling you. And then watching my friends get into vet school again and again and again, year after year, and COVID and overeating, y'all. The first or second year, the first and second years that I found out I didn't get vet school, I didn't talk to me well. I didn't love me well. I it was not okay. And that's kind of why I bring it back to God's plan is God's plan. Like, if I would have gotten to school any earlier than I did now, one, I probably wouldn't be doing this YouTube because I would have been like, yeah, I did it on God, on him. I did this. But no, seriously, I probably would have ate my way through school. I would have. I don't really know what I would have done, but the way I was handling my stress wasn't well, and it wasn't sustainable. And I had several health incidents where it was evident that I wasn't handling stress well. My skin, my mind, how I spoke to myself. I didn't want to go out. I gained a bunch of weight. Um, yeah, not I wasn't okay. So I'm blessed that through each year that I got rejected, year one was dealing with the rejection. Year two was like, I'm still rejected. Okay, figuring out what do I need to do? What's my part? How can I do it? Let me eat my way through this. And all the other external things I was dealing with when it came to families and relationships and just that inner work I needed to do on myself and still doing. Getting in any earlier I wouldn't have made it. Wouldn't have did what I was supposed to do. So I'm trying not to do long videos or maybe that's what I will do, but you have a purpose. You don't need to be sure about your purpose. You don't need to be sure. I was not sure. I wanted to be a vet as a little girl. And then the more rejection I kept getting, the more no's, the more people who said they had me, and then they didn't have me, the more I relied on people. Again, don't. And then they left and they were like, oh no, like they stopped believing in me. They stopped putting that effort in. The the humility that turned into extreme insecure, um, the the food I consumed, and I wasn't sure. When you get a bunch of stuff that keeps hitting you and hitting you and hitting you, there's no sureness. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, be sure if you want to do this. Be sure if you want to. I wasn't sure. I just kept going. I just said, okay, God, if it's your will, it's your will. But you don't need to be sure about your purpose. I'm not quite sure vet medicine is my only purpose. I honestly don't think it is. I think there's more to me than an occupation. And again, back to the plan, back to what I was saying about the plan, it allowed me to see that I am capable of going through rejection. I'm capable of dealing with stress healthy. I'm capable of loving myself. I'm capable of being balanced. I wasn't balanced in undergraduate. And God has given me a second chance to do it differently in vet school. So trust the plan. You don't have to be sure. I say take it day by day. I'm a living witness that day by day is what works. And it worked for me. And I'm a planner, right? There was no more planning 4 or 5 years in advance. I started taking it, hour by hour. And when things happened, because of how many rejections, because of how many, pivots and valleys and everything that I had to experience, anything that didn't go to plan felt like the plan because that was my new normal. So you don't have to be sure, but the thing you do need to be sure is that God's plan is better than your plan. His timing is better than your timing. Um, his resources, his everything is just better. I mean, I can't. I'll keep telling y'all later and later, but it's just perfect. The way this whole vet school worked out. So I'm in California. I asked God. I said, "Hey, I'm tired of not having options. I'm tired that nobody wants me and this validation and all these things." And I said, God, I want something warm and I want in the curriculum where I'll thrive in. Like I'll work hard, but I want to thrive in a curriculum. And it's such a good story, but I I'll have to tell it next time because I feel like this is too long. But one, God's plan is God's plan and it's beautiful, especially when it doesn't feel beautiful. Two, what was I saying? Watch how you speak about yourself. Watch how you talk to yourself. Watch how you think about yourself. Please Watch what you're saying to you. You are your own friend. You're your first friend after God. Don't do that to yourself. You are beautiful. You are handsome. You are confident. You are growing. Be gentle with yourself. This is a new version of yourself. And it's gonna take a lot of unlearning. It's gonna take a lot of patience. It's gonna take a lot of crying, getting up, and getting knocked down again. I mean, I can't emphasize it enough with the jobs of doing Amazon and going up the stairs and delivering and just not knowing, like, why am I doing this? I'm made for so much more. But man, understand that you can do it. You and you got each other. I do that emoji on my Instagram where I'm like just hugging myself, or they're hugging each other, but I see it as hugging myself. Practice that. Be intentional about that. Be patient with yourself. It's gonna be a journey. It's gonna take time. It's okay. You got time. That's another thing. That's as long as you're alive, you have time. So when it comes to God's plan, I am 27 now, turning 28. The timing is perfect. His timing is perfect. You're right where you need to be. While you cry, while you're upset, while you're insecure, while you're overeating, while you're everything else you could think of. You're right where you need to be. And this is the start of being going somewhere else. So trust in that. You don't need to be sure about any of those things. Just be sure that God has you, and you will do your part, and I will do my part in showing you practical ways of doing that. So, again, Shabria Monae, but most people call me Bria. The only person that calls me Shabria is when I'm in trouble or I'm being goofy and they're like, Shabria, chill. But yes, thank you for watching this video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Share, like, subscribe, or keep it to yourself. I'm all about protecting one's peace and boundaries. Keep it to yourself if you need to just sit on it. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you guys next time. No, where is that? Ah, there we go.